Welcome to Hardcore Garage. It's time to replumb the rears on the 64 Dynamic 88. Shouldn't take too much time since we've already done the fronts, right? Let's go check it out that way. Grabbed a handful of wrenches and we'll get busy in here. Undo. I love that quick release. I love that stuff. That's the shit right there, guys. And I probably got two bigger wrenches for these guys down here. Gotta undo that one first. Of course I did. Let's see if these wrenches are the right ones. What I am getting ready to try to loosen here is the valve. Oh, is that righty tighty lefty? Let me see. It's upside down. This is the gauge right here. That's what feeds the gauge, if you can see that down there. So that's off, so all this can come out of here. I'll probably go ahead and take that off, and anyway, that was a 1/2 inch. Pretty much using everything from 1/2 inch on down, or on up really, right? There's all kinds of adapters and crap in here that I'm doing away with a little at a time too, trying to get as least amount of leaks as possible in this thing. Next size, what do we got here? That one there was 9/16. That's the base of your gauge reading hose. That runs all the way to the front of the car. And lets me know how much air I have in the rear. There's also one on the front side, if I didn't explain that when I was doing the fronts. There's a crap load of T's here, and I'm starting to learn a little bit about this stuff now, so it's kind of cool. I think I'm gonna need like some kind of vice grips to get that bad boy out of there. This plumbing pipe does the trick. I mean, it works, obviously. It's been in here long enough. I don't really know what the burst rate is on some of this stuff. I don't think it probably goes up to 200 pounds like some of the air ride does, so you want to be kind of leery of that. I am going to have to reuse that fitting there. I need to get some pictures of this wiring so I know how this stuff goes back together. So I'm going to do that now. Alright, I removed the wrong one here. We're going to put that one back on there. Removing one wire off here. This bottom wire there. That should go. I done undid the, those wires are hooked together. So that tape needs cut. Where the cutter's at. So we can undo that and that. That ground is going to be a Phillips head. Man, there's all kinds of stuff on this one, ain't there? Okay, got me a Phillips. And that ties into that ground there. Okay. I ain't sure about that, but we're going to play the game the way that the game is dealt. Take that out. Put that screw in just very loose like. Okay, I think everything, now I should be able to spin all this stuff out of here. Nope. How about? Nope. It's my biggest wrench here. 7/8. Nope, bigger one, don't we? Is it 1/8? I think it is. Ow. gonna be fun putting this stuff back together without screwing everything up here and bumping into stuff. It's a pretty tight fit there. Breaking it down. Out with the old, in with the new. Had kind of a rat rodish look anyway, but we'll go for the steampunk, the brass. How about that? You want to get you a stiff bristle brush, and this would have been easier to do before I mounted that gauge. But yeah, just make sure there's no old Teflon tape, as much as you can get anyway. I think that's pretty good. Might run a paper towel up in there just to clean off the threads. We'll go over here to the bench and start trying to put some of this stuff back together a little neater. Okay, let's see if I can figure this all out now. Probably shouldn't just rip these open because occasionally I gotta take them back. That's gonna go into there. I need to get these apart right here now, and I'm gonna do that next. Okay. Just trying to mock all this up so I know that I'm getting it right. Then you really got to think about how you put it back together too, because I wonder where my other ones of these are. I'm sure I hadn't bought two just for the hell of it. Some of the stuff you just can't twist together when it's in the car. There's other things in the way. We're going to go from there into a T. Ooh, is it this T that I want? I believe so. This will actually have another T here. The air fitting, the gauge. This hooks to this end, so I need to get that pipe out of there still. Back to the vise. Okay, so I think the mock-up's like this. This piece goes on here. And that valve from there goes on here. This guy screws in here. That looks pretty good. Now if I can just get it all together, we'll see. Okay, so I got everything cleaned up now. Pull them over here. Pretty good anyway. And this whole side, this is the rears again, I have been doing with the stuff over here. I think I showed that earlier. We're just going to see if this is better. I'm going to let it sit for 24 hours at least before I try to air anything up. But that's where we're at. I'm going to go ahead. This valve goes in the end of here. This goes in the end of here. That goes in the end of there. And then I think I'll be able to take it over to the car and decide. This definitely needs a screw in here before I put that on there. So yeah, that's where we're at. All right, that's all ready. The airline to the gauge will hook here. The airline to the rears will hook there. This will go on here. This will go on here. And this will go to the tank. So we're going to go reassemble this and hope for the best. All right, we got this one lubed up. Now, maybe a plumber will correct me if I'm wrong. But what I was told, or maybe I even read it, who knows, was that plumber's tape and this kind of stuff really wasn't necessarily to seal as much as it was to lubricate, so you could get a full seal, I guess you want to call it, but you know, when you're tightening. Does that sound legit, or does that sound like bull? Where's my plumber guys at? Y'all tell me. All these wires in the way, just so I can have a stupid light. I think I'm gonna bring her up level, and that's where she's gonna stay. Of course I did. And that's gonna have to come up a little bit, isn't it? I'll do that in a second. I tell you, I really don't like tightening this pipe with these grips. Come here. Plumbers out there, tell me. I'm sure there's a better way. Yeah, it always mars it up a little bit. I'm sure that ain't cool. Some of y'all's stuff. This needs to come up just a tad bit more. Let's get some dumps. Hopefully this rotates onto here without hitting. The other side did. Come on, we gotta get them threads right. No cross threading. No cross threading in the air game, huh? And we need that big 1 1/8 wrench. I feel like I'm talking to you in porn talk. How am I going to tighten this bad boy around? I want it to be pointing down when we're done. Can I get the wrench on like this without putting too much stupid pressure on this thing? Oops. Who's laughing at me? Saying that ain't how you do it, bro. Okay, the crescent wrench is a little shorter. Hopefully we can do this. I want it pointing straight down. Like that, I believe. Whoops. No cross thread. Don't need that crap. have to go one more time, ain't I? I'm afraid so. One more half. That's all we need. Put the dump on. Make sure we get her going in the right direction. Try to go around one more time, or do I leave her? What do you guys think? And that was hand tight. Certainly I can get it around one more time, right? I don't know how long this stuff over here has been sitting. I don't want them threads to start spinning. I think I'm going to leave it. I'll probably regret it, but I think I'm going to leave it. Got everything buttoned up now. Oh, it's all wired back in. Air lines hooked up. Gauge is hooked up. Gauge to the front is hooked up. Yes. Well, I think that pretty much gets us up to date on everything that I have done in the trunk. Several things have changed up front, but they're still changing. I'm about to put my, I don't know if it's a third or fourth set of, I think it's only the third set of bags. Yeah, third. There was a set in it when I got it. I switched to the first one's got a hole, bought another set, got a hole, put the first set or the second set that didn't have a hole in it, and it got a hole in it. So something like that. But anyway, that's where we are. Things seem to be going good. I know I still got some leaks. I have a leak on the actual tank. It's bugging me. Only half. Everything on the right hand side is done with the liquid. Everything on the left side is still done with the tape. It's kind of a pain in the butt, really, to have to rip everything apart to redo it. I know that's what I need to do. And I know where at least one of the, well, maybe even two of the leaks are on the other side. I just don't want to tackle it. I'd rather just drive it for a minute. I haven't had that victory ride for a while with it being winter now. This thing's kind of rough getting it going anyway when it's cold outside. So who knows? But we are getting caught up on these videos, and that's a good thing because it's driving me nuts. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. We are getting close to Christmas. Wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that good stuff. Keep on trucking.